Okay, so this is for focus lesson number 1, having to do with plot, theme, and conflict. Question number 1 is asking you to briefly recount the plot of the story. So in this story, basically, there's the main character, the protagonist, Vincent, and he expresses his desire to his school and his teacher that he really wants to be a doctor. And unfortunately, he's convinced and persuaded by his school and by all of the people that are at his school, including his teacher, that he should really become an engineer. And although he's encouraged to become an engineer, he ends up becoming neither an engineer nor a doctor. And eventually, he becomes a cook. And even though his lifelong passion was to be a doctor, he's left in this career of being a cook. And it's not expressed that he has any deep-rooted sadness about this career choice, but what ends up happening is that we feel as though he missed his calling because something happens to his wife, and because of his passion for medicine, he's able to diagnose that she has a serious issue and that she needs surgery right away, and he insists the doctor take a closer look. And when the doctor does take a closer look, he realizes that Vincent was right all along, and he wants to know, how did you know that there was something wrong? Question number 2 wants to know, what is the conflict that the narrator experiences? Well, Vincent experiences an external conflict that is specifically man versus society. The reason that man versus society is the best conflict to describe this situation is because Vincent desired to be a doctor, but society told him that he shouldn't be, that he should do something else. And then it became an obligation that he become a cook, and then he stayed there because of family and for other reasons. So ultimately, society was the antagonist in this situation. What's the theme of this story? Well, remember that theme has to be expressing some kind of opinion or some kind of lesson or moral that you're supposed to be taking from the story. And so the central idea of this story is that you should follow your dreams, or that you should not necessarily listen to what people are telling that you need to do, and that you should follow your heart. So those are the correct answers for the 3 questions having to do with focus lesson number 1, having to do with the plot, the theme, and the conflict.